Welcome to Learning Algebra with Ms. Rodriguez. By the end of this video, you will understand linear inequalities. So here we want to find what is a solution to the linear equation shown on the left. Because my line is already graphed, I already know the solution or solutions to this linear equation because it's always any point on the line. So, example, this y-intercept -4 or the point 0, -4 is a solution because it is a point on the actual line that is graphed, or the point for -3 is also a solution because it's another point on the line. Any point on the line would be considered a solution. Any point not on the line is not a solution. So for example, the point 24, not on the line, so it is not a solution. So linear equations work very similar to linear inequalities. Equations have an equal sign. That's what makes it an equation. And the graph is usually a single line. So a line that is graphed, and that's it. And the solutions are always the point on that line. An inequality, however, does not have an equal sign, but it has a less than, greater than, less than or equal to, or less than or equal to. The graph can be a solid or a dashed line, and it contains a shaded region. So solutions are points in the shaded region. So it's not just a specific set of points, but any point in a shaded region could act as a solution to that inequality. So here I want to use this idea to graph my inequalities. So in order to graph them, I need to graph as I would a linear equation. So I'm going to use my slope and my y-intercept because I noticed that each of these inequalities are in y equals mx plus b, my slope-intercept forms. If these inequalities were in standard form, then I would use my x and y intercepts. So I'm going to plot each one. But I noticed that I have some specifications on how to graph. So whenever I am talking about a less than, this is always going to create a dashed line. Same thing with greater than. It is always a dashed line. This is similar to that open circle idea where we're not really including that number because we don't have the equal to part. And then when it's a less than or greater than, and equal to, that's when you create the solid line. So think of just a quick solid line similar to my equation because of that equal to part. Now, sometimes we're going to shade above, sometimes we're going to shade below. So this is going to depend on our sign. So when we are talking about less than, we're going to shade below because we're saying that the y values are less than, they're smaller than everything else. But when we have a greater than, we're going to shade above because we are saying that the y's are greater than everything else. So I'm going to go ahead and graph my two lines for my less than and my greater than so I can see the difference. So I used my slope and my y-intercept to create my graph. And because these were less than and greater thans, I used dashed lines to connect. But now I'm going to talk about the shading. So less than is telling me I'm going to shade below. Well, if I look at any point, let's think here. Well, the point 0 is less than my y-intercept of 2. So I'm going to say that I'm shading below. I'm just coloring in my section. Whereas for greater than, we're shading above because we're talking about what point is greater than the intercept of 2. Well, 3, 4, 5, so these are the points that are above. So same idea goes for the less than or equal to and the greater than or equal to. I'm going to create the graph of the equation by using my slope and my y-intercept. So I found my y-intercept, which was 2, and then my slope for both of them. And I created my lines because these have an equal to part. then these are solid lines. So similar to my less than or equal to also shades below. So that means anything underneath here is an answer. Whereas my greater than or equal to is anything that shades above. Now, it is important that because the shading is also part of a solution, that we have straight lines to ensure that we capture all of the possible solutions. If you do not use a ruler or a straight edge to create a straight line, by doing it manually, you will lose out on possible solutions. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share with fellow educators or students.